Hello my dear students, hope all are doing good. Last online class session we had a topic, we discussed about the topic regarding living things and non-living things, right? Now I'll just have a small recap of what we learned in the last session. Living things, they are the things which have life in them. Non-living things, they do not have life in them. For example, living things example, human beings, animals and plants. Non-living things examples are buildings, vehicles, toys, bikes, wood, etc. These are non-living things. Then we saw about the characteristics of living things. We saw about the characteristics of living things. Living things can grow, living things can move, living things can breathe, living things respond to stimuli, living things they can reproduce. But whereas in non-living things cannot grow, they cannot breathe. And hello my dear students, hope all are doing good. In last session, hi my dear students, hope all are doing good. In last virtual class session, we discussed about the topic living things and non-living things. I'll just have a quick recap of that. Living things are nothing but the things which have life in them are called living things. Examples, animals, plants, human beings are living things. Non-living things are nothing. The things that do not have life in them are called non-living things. Example, vehicles, buildings, toys, all these are non-living things. And living things are different from non-living things in many ways. As I told you, living things are different in many ways compared to non-living things. Living things can grow. Hello my dear students, hope all are doing good. Last virtual class online session, we discussed about the topic living things and non-living things. I'll just have a quick recap of the topic. Living things are the things which have life in them. For example, human beings, plants, animals, etc. Non-living things that do not have life in them are called non-living things. Example, buildings, vehicles, toys, cars, etc. Living things are different. Different compared to non-living things in many ways. Like as I told you, the characteristics of living things and non-living things. Living things they can grow, living things can move, living things can breathe, they can respond to stimuli, they can reproduce, living things need food, water and air to live. Whereas in non-living things do not grow, they cannot move, they don't reproduce, they don't respond to stimuli, and they do not need food, water and air to live. So this is the general characteristics of living things and non-living things. Now today this is what we discussed in the online class session. Now what we are going to discuss is about the locomotory organs. Now, as I told you, living things move, right? How do the living things move, children? How do they move? With the locomotory organs present in them. With the help of locomotory organs, the living things can move. Okay, let me see now. Living things, they move on their own, right? Now we human beings, we have legs, we have legs to move. We move our hands, we move our whole body by ourselves own. Okay, the same way even animals also, they move from one place to another in search of, animals move from one place to another in search of food and water. So they have the locomotory organs which make them move from one place to another. How is it? Just I'll tell you. The movement of animals, okay, the movement of animals from one place to another is called locomotion. What is locomotion? The movement of animals from one place to another, we call it as locomotion. And the organs, for example, if you see the body parts, the body parts in animals, okay, which make them move. That body part we call it as locomotory organs. As I told you, the process from which the animal move from one place to another is called locomotion, and the body parts which make them move, okay, the body parts in animals which make them move, we call it as locomotory organs. For example, now animals like lion, tiger, they have hind limbs and forelimbs. They have 4 legs. If in front they have 2 legs, and at the back they have 2 legs, which make them move. So for lion, tiger and other animals like elephant and all, the legs are the locomotory organs. And now you see the fish. Fish will be in the water. Okay, the fish will be they will be present in the water. How do the fish move, children? With the help of, how do they move? With the help of gills, with the help of the gills present in them. So gills are the locomotory organs for fish. So as I told you, the body parts in animals which make them to move from one place to another in search of food or shelter, we call it as locomotory organs. Clear now? So I told you living things can move. Animals move. They move in search of food and shelter from one place to another with the help of their locomotory organs, and it is called locomotion. Okay. Now let us see the movement in different animals. I'll just tell you the movement in different animals. Different animals, they move in different ways, children. As I told you, example I gave you, lion, tiger and all, they will walk, and few animals they will run, few animals they will hop, few will swim in water. So they have different locomotory organs which make them move. Let me just tell you the movement in animals. Different animals move in different ways. Human beings, what we will do? We walk with our legs, we jump with our legs, we run with our legs. So legs are our locomotory organ which make us move from one place to another. The same way in different animals, they have different ways. Most animals have 4 limbs which help them to move around. As I told you, most of the animals will be having 4 limbs. 2 are at the front, they are called hind limbs, and 2 at the back, they are called forelimbs. So many animals, they have 4 limbs which make them to walk from one place to another. And what happens is they have 2 pairs of limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs. I told you. Animals like lion, tigers, horses, goats and all, what they do? They walk or run with the forelimbs and hind limbs. So forelimbs and hind limbs are the locomotory organs for these animals. Animals such as kangaroos, frogs and rabbits and all, what they do? They will hop, right? They will hop using their limbs. Lion, tiger, horse, goats, elephant, these animals, they will walk or run with the forelimbs and hind limbs. But a few animals like kangaroos, rabbits and frogs and all, they will hop with their limbs. They will hop with their limbs. Then, as I told you, animals like snakes and earthworms, they don't have limbs, but how do they move, children? How do they move from one place to another? Animals like snakes, earthworms and all, they do not have limbs. They will they do not have limbs, but then how they will move? They will crawl. They will crawl from one place to another. Animals like snakes and worms, they will crawl from one place to another because they do not have limbs to move. And birds, how do the birds move? Do they walk? Do they run or jump or hop? No. What do birds do is they fly with their wings. So wings are their locomotory organ which make them fly high. So birds have wings that make them fly, and they also have a pair of legs. They fly with their wings and they have a pair of legs. And how do the insects, children? Insects, butterflies also, how do they move? With the help of, as I told you, now we are going to see about the movements in plants. Like animals or human beings, plants cannot move from one place to another. But how do they? How do they move? How do they get their food? How do they get their shelter? Let us see now. Parts of some plants will show movement. Now when a gentle wind, we call it as breeze, right? And a very strong wind, we call it as storm. Now when a gentle wind passes, you can see in a plant the leaves, the stem and all will move slightly. So the parts of the plant will move, will show the movement. Most of the plants, they grow with the sunlight. When there is a sunlight only, with the help of in the presence of water and the minerals present in the soil, along with the carbon dioxide and chlorophyll, they need the presence of sunlight which make them grow. Okay children, as I told you, the parts of the plant, they will move, they show movement. And you can see the sunflower, you all know about sunflower, right? It will turn towards the direction of the sun. The flower will be always towards the direction of the sun. And you have seen the touch me not plant. Once we touch it, the leaves will get folded. So these are the movements in the plants. Whereas in non-living things, they do not move. So now we have discussed about living things, non-living things, and the movement in animals, plants and humans. Now we are going to see living things breathe, right? How do the living breathe? Without breathing, we cannot survive. Living things breathe. We all living things, without breathing we can't live. The process by which the living things take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide is called breathing. The process by which living things take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide is called breathing. Animals have a special body parts that help them to breathe. Okay, as I told you, animals, they have a special body part which make them to breathe. Human beings have a pair of lungs to breathe. Human beings, they have a pair of lungs. We have 2 lungs inside, right? Pair of lungs to breathe. Animals that live on land, such as dogs, cats, cows, etc., breathe with the help of their lungs. They breathe with the help of the lungs. Birds also, told you children, animals that live on land such as dogs, cats and cows, they have lungs which help them to breathe. And even the birds also, they have lungs which make them breathe. There are some animals such as fish that live in water, they breathe through the gills. Okay, fish will breathe through the gills. Fish has a locomotor organ, fins which make them, gills make them to breathe. Animals like frogs, they live both in land and in water. So they have lungs which make them breathe. And what happens is their moist skin, they breathe through their lungs and when they are on the land, and through their moist skin when they are in water. Animals like frogs and newts live both on land and in water. They breathe through their lungs when they are on land and through their moist skin when they are in water. So they breathe through the lungs when they are on the land. When they are in the water, through their moist skin, they breathe through that. Insects such as grasshoppers and cockroaches, etc., breathe through tiny holes on their bodies called spiracles. How do the insects and cockroaches breathe, children? They breathe. Insects like grasshoppers, cockroaches, etc., they breathe through the tiny holes which is present in their body. They are called as spiracles. Plants also breathe. Plants take in air through the tiny holes present in the leaves, in the surface of their leaves called stomata. Okay. Plants can move, they can breathe, they can get their food only with the presence of a part called leaves. So only leaves are being called as the kitchen of the plant or the food factory of the plant. Through the leaves only there is a surface on the leaves. In that there is a stomata present in the leaves, which makes the plant to breathe. Through the leaves and the stomata present in the leaves, through that only the plants can breathe. Non-living things, they don't breathe. So now we have seen about the living things can move and the movement in the animals, movement in the plants as well as now we have seen about the living things can breathe. How the different animals, we human beings, we breathe with the help of lungs. The same way how the different types of animals breathe through the different organs. Now, as I told you, living things without food, air and water, living things cannot survive. All living things need food and water to live. Food gives them energy to do work. So, all living things need food and water to live, because food gives them energy to do work, to be healthy and to do different life activities. Human beings eat different types of foods. Animals, they obtain food and water directly or indirectly from their surroundings, because they cannot make their own food like plants. Some animals will eat plants, some animals eat the flesh of other animals, and some animals eat both plants and the flesh of other animals. We call them as herbivores, carnivores and omnivorous animals. Plants also need food, but they prepare their own food. How do they prepare, children? How do they prepare? Like the plants, you have seen, we put a seed, we pour water, because the main thing is plants also need food. They make their own food in their leaves. Through the leaves only they get their food. In fact, they are the only living things that can prepare their food by their own. They are the only living things, they prepare food by their own. Plants make their own food using water and air present in the plants make their food using water and air in the presence of sunlight. How do they prepare their food? Through the water and air. From the air they get carbon dioxide from the air, water and minerals present in the soil along with the presence of sunlight. Through the leaves, plants prepare their own food, whereas non-living things don't need food or water. Living things grow. As I told you, living things grow. All living things grow. Animals grow in size till a particular age. Most of the animals give birth to young ones, and the young ones change in size and appearance as they grow. As I told you, living things, they grow. Animals, they will grow in size according to their particular ages, and they give birth to their young ones, and from the young ones it will grow into a big animal according to the years and age. Most of the plants produce fruits with seeds. So once we put a seed, we pour water, and with the minerals present in the water and with the presence of sunlight, from the seed you can see the small plant coming out of the small sapling will be coming out of that. From that a new plant will arise, and a new plant will we put a seed from the small sapling, it will grow to the big plant. So even the plants are living things which can grow. New plants grow from seeds and they are called seedlings. From the seeds, new plant will arise from the seed and they are called seedlings. The seedlings grow into bigger plants. Plants grow throughout their lifetime. And as I told you, a few plants like a big tree, even they do have certain years of lifespan. Birds lay eggs. The eggs will hatch and the young ones will come out. Birds will lay eggs. Even the birds, hen, ducks, they will lay eggs. From the egg will hatch and the young ones of their own kind will come out. These baby birds grow as time passes by. Even they will also grow like a big bird. Insects also lay eggs. In some of the insects, the egg hatch and the larvae come out which turn into the adults. You have seen the life cycle of butterfly also, right children? Insects lay eggs. In most of the insects, the eggs hatch and the larvae will come out which will turn into the insect later, which will turn to the adults. Children, the young ones of a kangaroo and a panda are very small compared to their adults. Now we are going to see about the living things reproduce. As I told you, non-living things, whereas in non-living things do not reproduce. Living things reproduce. All living things will produce young ones of their own kind. This process we call it as reproduction. Human beings and animals such as cows, goats, elephants, etc. give birth to their young ones. And most of the plants reproduce through seeds. Some plants reproduce through their roots, stem and leaves. Most of the plants they reproduce through seeds. But in few plants, reproduction takes place through roots, stem and also leaves. Next, living things have a lifespan. Living things are born, they grow, they move, they reproduce, they respond to stimuli, and then they die. They have a certain lifespan. Lifespan is the period of time for which a human being, an animal or a plant lives. Lifespan is nothing but it is a certain period of time for which a human being, animal or a plant. There are many things around us that don't have life, that we call it as non-living things. They don't breathe, they don't need food and water, and they don't reproduce. They are called non-living things. There are two kinds of non-living things. One is natural non-living things, the other one is man-made. The moon, the stars, hills, mountains, the sun, the moon, the stars, hills, mountains, water, soil, etc. These are called the natural non-living things because they exist in nature. They are not made by man. So we call it as natural non-living things. Things like chair, table, car, furnitures, buildings, vehicles. These are man-made non-living things because they have been made by man. So in today's chapter 1, we have discussed about the entire features of living things and non-living things. We have discussed in detail about the process of breathing, reproduction, how do they move, movement in animals, movement in plants, and also about the non-living things, natural non-living things and man-made non-living things. So this is about the first chapter which we have been discussed, and hope all will see the video. Hope you will understand the other concepts which have been explained to you now. Thank you all children. Meet you all in the next session. Bye. Take care of yourself. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you.